Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fuel for Success. This is episode number 72, and it's Thursday. I love me some Thursday. It's good to see everybody here, and it's a beautiful day here in Hastings, Minnesota. Love springtime. It's my third favorite. How are you doing this morning, my friend?
First. Man, I'm blessed. What's your first favorite, Rev?
Actually,
Winter?
my favorite seasons start at fall and count backwards: fall, summer, spring, winter. I told that to my daughter, and I thought, wait a minute, why, if winter is my least favorite season, I live in Minnesota. But man, October here is
I'm not
amazing.
gonna say. I'm not gonna say a word. But you know what? Why don't you live somewhere where it's warm and then visit there in October for a month? You know,
Um,
your
I'd rather,
business is mobile. Your business is mobile.
yeah,
So, you know, I mean, but I'm not gonna be the one to
from a work stand,
question your
from a
living.
work standpoint, I could literally live anywhere in the world as long as there's an internet connection.
Isn't that, isn't that a good feeling?
Uh, yeah, yeah, it is. Until you see something like the
So when you
heartblade
say
bug that's like
beautiful
bringing down
day,
the
does
internet.
that mean above 40?
Hmm?
When you say beautiful day, does that mean above 40? What's that mean to you?
Yes,
Sunshine?
yeah, it's like 50, sunny.
Is there still snow?
There's a little bit of snow here and there. It's
It all
mostly
melted.
mostly going away. The grass is, I can see the grass. So it's 51 degrees
Fall
right
is my favorite time of year as well. I love spring. I love spring. You know what I love? Um, it blooms right now, and I got one right outside my window, and I just open my windows at night, and it smells amazing. What is it? Honeysuckle?
now. Oh
Honeysuckle is
yeah.
my favorite. I got a big honeysuckle bush right outside my window, and in the mornings and at night, bro, you just can't beat it. No, I love spring. I love spring. But probably don't love spring as much as people would that live in the winter, where they're just coming out of this disastrous snow. So, like for us, we've been having spring since I don't know November. So we've had spring-like weather here in Florida. It's like November, December, January, February, March, April is to die for in Florida. The summer, I could actually leave Florida in the summers, Mike. I'm not a fan, and it has nothing to do with the heat. It has everything to do with the rain.
Hmm. I spent a lifetime in Melbourne one summer, and Melbourne, Florida, and I had enough. Yeah.
Krista said there's still snow on the ground in Indiana. Can't help you there. I feel sorry for you.
Well, it's so
Julie,
cleansing, really. But spring in Minnesota, I love it, but it's muddy. Muddy is a good word for spring in Minnesota.
well, it's going to be an exciting week, Mike. I can't believe that. Let's see, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday will be episode 75. But, Mike, I remember twice this week I'd said we wanted to give away a juicing book,
Yeah.
and I don't think we executed that because we got busy talking. So let's start off the show before we dive into the questions. Let's um, let's go ahead and give away a book, man, to somebody out
Okay.
there that tell them the
Let's do that.
process to this, Mike.
Let me get the number up here.
I'm drinking hot green tea. Usually I drink it iced, but I was in the mood for some hot green tea this morning. It's pretty good.
Good. So go ahead and text the word
So
book to this number right here. Bam! And we'll give away a book later on in the show by random drawing.
yeah, you just text that book right there. All right, listen, I got something to say real quick before we get started.
Hit me.
Friends, anybody watching this episode, I want you to feel free to ask questions. Really, honestly, that's one of the values of just Mike and I hanging out with you for 30 minutes every day is you being able to ask questions about anything you're dealing with in business. Today's our business and entrepreneurship show, which I truly believe, Mike, this is the greatest opportunity to go into business for yourself. The greatest. I was doing a coaching session with a young man last night, and I was telling him this. I was like, man, bro, you have so much opportunity. You should be going into business for yourself, man. You get 24 hours in a day. You can make anything happen with that.
Right.
I mean, literally, all you need is 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I have a really good book. It's called The Other 8 Hours, and it talks about basically if you sleep 8 hours, you still get 16 hours a day. To me, I don't think people really realize, Mike, the value of that. I don't think people really realize how much time we really have every day and how much we really could get done. In fact, we talk a lot about time management. Anybody that I've ever advised to do the following: to keep a time log every 30 minutes, write down what you did. It'll astound you how much time you actually waste in a day. It will literally astound you. Like, most people, Mike, waste more time than they realize. So all these people that are always saying I don't have time, that is an absolute myth. We all have time. It's just a matter of what's priority to us and how we're going to invest our time and how we're going to spend our time. You feel me on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways, I'm excited. I love our show. But anyways, guys, anything you're dealing with in business, entrepreneurship, maybe you're thinking about starting a business and you're not sure. Maybe you have a question about sales, maybe how to fire an employee, or how to motivate an employee, or how to talk to, how to market, how to brand, anything like that that has to do with business and entrepreneurship. Thursday is our biz and entrepreneurship show. So looking forward to it, Mike.
Yeah.
I can tell you're in work mode. You hat on backwards today, bud.
Yeah, a lot of details to execute today, um, which is normal. Hey, just to remind everyone, if you're watching the show later, we probably won't get the book given away to you. So only if you're live, text the number. Hey, so we've got a bunch of questions that are have come in. I've even got a couple of my own that I wouldn't mind asking, but let's see. I want to see what you have to say about this one. Three things that an entrepreneur must do when starting a business. Yeah, what's up?
That's timeout. Um, so, Mike, you know what? And I don't know the process of this, but we appreciate those that aren't able to listen live.
Yeah.
And is there a way we can include them in this today? Like, if they're listening live later, say by tomorrow, we'll give one away today to our live viewers, and then to those that listen later, if they text, maybe we can draw tomorrow for the ones that texted in after the show. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey,
Doable?
that's actually a great idea. So let's do this. If you're watching the archive or listening to it, because we're on podcast now. You go to iTunes, type in Fuel for Success, and subscribe to the podcast.
Because you're a beast, man. You put us on
Oh,
YouTube, you
Matt.
put us on podcast. Dude, that's sick. Go to iTunes and type in what?
Fuel for Success.
Carol's kind of quiet today. Is she okay?
She's having a little.
Oh, she's
Um. She's
sorry. My bad. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I totally missed your question. Shoot, my
No,
friend.
no, no, hang on. Well, let's do this. Let's say if you're watching the archive of this, text the word book to this number 727-341-5599, and next week on Thursday we'll give away another one to the people who texted in for the archive. That way, because some people may not listen to the podcast for a couple of days, so
They're
let's
not
give them a.
tomorrow. Yeah, I know some people that catch up on the episodes on Saturday. Literally, they do their housework and they put it on. So yeah, you're right. I mean, give people some time, because some people may not get to watch today's show today. So good one right there. We'll do that. I want to take care of it, because Mike, everyone's valuable. Even if those that can't watch live, legitimately, they're at work. Some people on the West Coast are just getting out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning there. So we get that, and everyone's valuable. We appreciate everyone that takes time out of their schedule to be on our show, man. So let's talk. I missed the question, Mike. Could you ask it again? Three what?
No.
No, you're out. Hater. Hater.
Ah, that's me being obnoxious. Sorry. So, what
Sorry.
three
Okay.
things, what three things should an entrepreneur do when starting a business? What's your advice?
Mike, I love three things. Literally, you know this. I love three things. Three things is my kind of flow of life.
Yeah.
I want three things for everything. Um, Give me three reasons why you won't move to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So I'm three on everything. Um, Three what? Ask that one more time. Three reasons.
Give me three. Okay. Um, what are three things that an entrepreneur, let's say you're starting a business, you're considering starting a business, you're in startup mode. What are three things that an entrepreneur must do when starting a business?
Okay, that's good. Well, number one, an entrepreneur must wholeheartedly, unequivocally believe in his business. If you don't believe in what you're about to do, because as you know, entrepreneurs will face adversity, setback. Sometimes you got to work a lot of hours without a high cash return. Sometimes you have to be extremely persistent and patient. And if you don't believe in what you're doing, you're already done. You're already, it's just a matter of time. Mike, excuse me, what's the statistics of the amount of businesses that fail within the first 3 years? Do you remember?
Let
Was it
me,
almost like 90%?
I think it's 90% fail within 2 years. Let me look that up.
Google it, my friend. I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, guys, the majority of businesses don't survive past 3 years. There are reasons for that. So one of the reasons I believe is a lot of people just think it's a good idea. They're tired of working for someone else, or they think something is a good idea. Listen, you got to believe in it as much as you believe in the Bible. If you don't believe in what you're doing as much as you believe in the Bible, you're probably better off not doing it. So, like for example, this endeavor with Mission 25, Mike and I are believing that as much as we believe in Jesus. So that's why I believe it's going to have high level success long term. Another reason why three things that a business an entrepreneur must do when starting a business. Okay, number one is first believe. On a practical side, second thing they need to do, Mike, is they need to have a good written vision map or plan. I know a lot of people that don't have. What did you find my statistic?
Yeah, well, it depends on really on the industry, but overall across the board in the U.S., about 60% of businesses fail by the fourth year, and one out of four fails in the first year. That's across all industries, across all, including that's not just entrepreneur startups. That's including like branches of even Fortune 500 companies. So that may skew the statistics a little bit, but uh, it's fairly high failure rate.
That's pretty staggering. So the second thing is, Mike, I believe is having a written vision map. I'm not going to go into this show, but Mike, we should do a show on how to actually do a vision map. I think we should give that kind of value maybe next Thursday. We could break it down like how to really map out your vision to where I think if you really would follow a vision map and a plan and really execute on that plan, then you're going to have success. If your plan and your business is going to provide extreme value, your product or service is going to provide value to people, you're going to succeed if you execute the plan. Third thing that an entrepreneur should do, Mike, is uh, an entrepreneur should be extremely focused daily on sales. Because remember what we taught here a few episodes back: cash is king.
Right.
And when you're out of cash, you're pretty much done. So you got to be fierce about sales. You got to sell daily. Even if you make a big sale, you got to keep selling. You got to pretend. You let's say your business has a good month. I see a lot of guys make this mistake in startups. Maybe they explode at first. So they go buy a boat, they go buy a bigger office, they go start buying nicer desks, nicer computers, and they just start spending. Probably the worst thing a startup can do is spend. You almost got to put yourself on a spending freeze for the first, my God, I don't know, 3 to 5 years maybe, and live extremely conservative, sacrificial, as if you're not making money, because success actually is the cause for failure in most people's lives, because most people can't handle success because it goes to their head, they get distracted, they start resting, they start slowing down, they stop selling. The worst thing a business can do is stop selling, Mike, but I see a lot of them stop selling. Now let's transition this into churches. Do you know that most churches, when they get over 100, they never grow again?
Hmm.
Because that's almost the place of arrival. The pastor can go full time now. He buys a nicer house. Church buys him a nice car, and the life of ease and comfort sets in, and that drive, that intense, tenacious passion to want to grow. Same thing happens in business. I mean, listen, the companies like Starbucks or Apple or all these businesses that have unbelievable success should probably place a higher priority on customer service now more than ever before, because you never know who's going to sneak around the corner and sink your business. It can happen. It's happened. I
Right.
mean, think of block the analogy I love is Blockbuster and Netflix, or Yahoo's response to Google when Google approached them. You just don't know. Think about MySpace, Facebook. MySpace is completely irrelevant in social media today. You know what I mean? So I think that you got to be careful of success. You can't lose the desperation. That's what I love about Anthony Mangan. He's running like literally probably 2,000, but he works as if he's running 20, and that's how you got to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good information there that you mentioned, and I'm glad you kind of brought it back to ministry too, because as you mentioned, Mission 25, and although that's not a business, a lot of the same business principles apply to launching a ministry, whether it's something like Mission 25 or a church or whatever. Um, and uh, some of the mistakes I
What would you
heard. What's that?
go ahead? I'm listening.
I just heard some of the mistakes that, like the first business that I started, which was a consulting IT thing. I heard you echo a lot of the mistakes that I made as you were talking. So,
You mind sharing?
well, one of the biggest mistakes we made was we allowed our overhead to be too high. We got office space when we really didn't need it. Um, and, I definitely could have continued to work out of my home office, and that that alone would have probably made the difference in our success. Uh, but we incurred a bunch of overhead by taking on some office space, and there's phone systems and extra internet costs and all that. And when you're starting, and it was I literally didn't have another job. I was full time in this, and so you're paying all your household bills as well as your business bills. And with all the extra expenses, it was very difficult to try to maintain cash flow. And then in addition to that, we made some huge sales early on, uh, and probably at that point I should have focused something on sales. Sales came easily to me because I was already influential in the industry, and it was pretty easy for me to get a hold of people and actually make sales. But once we made a couple of big sales, I was so focused on fulfillment, and with a lot of project based stuff, that it tends to be the case. And so we would get to the end of the cash flow and deliver products, but then it would be sometimes a 30-day sales cycle. Especially business to business, you don't necessarily make a sale and get payment, right? Sometimes you send an invoice and it's net 45. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, absolutely. That's why you got to keep that sales funnel going,
exactly.
because you're right. I mean, you can make a sale and not see the money for quite some time. And I think we can relate with that
Mhm.
pretty good, can't we, Mr. Mike?
I think so. I think so. Um,
Got like $80,000, right? It's just not here yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
Once people pay, it'll be good, but then you got to act like you had nothing. Anyway,
Um, yeah. Hey, let me ask you this
uh,
then. What?
Krista is acting like only the cool people had MySpace. I don't know who this new user is, but we're gonna have to kind of limit her posting because
I think she's talking about in
you
the
know
past. Only the
MySpace.
cool kids had it.
It is true. I mean, MySpace was it, bro. I mean, MySpace is unreal. I know, Britton. In fact, when Travis told me about Facebook, I had like, dude, I had like 20,000 people following me on MySpace. I was huge on MySpace. I wrote all kinds of blogs, and I mean, I had a good thing going. And when Travis came to me and said Facebook is it, bro, it's gonna sink MySpace, I was like, dude, you are crazy, you know. And then of course, you know, I ate my words.
Yeah. Hey,
MySpace, I can't believe I used it. Go ahead.
I just checked something. We're over 40,000 views on Fuel for Success.
Wow, that's amazing, but it's also embarrassing. I'm almost embarrassed to report that. You know what I'm saying? Like we should be at 400,000 views, but we'll get there. We will get there. I'm going to celebrate the small steps. And by the way, to those 40,000 people, thank you. Thank you that you took time to watch Fuel for Success. We hope and trust and know that we're adding value to your life. And we want to, you know, we want to encourage you. We want to help you grow. We want to help inspire you, bring motivation. So, what do we got next, Mike? What are some other questions that's come in? I'm hoping that our live audience starts asking more questions about, and maybe today's not your vibe. Maybe you're gonna wait till family and relationships tomorrow.
Maybe.
But anyways, Mike, what else do we have in store today,
I got a
bub?
bunch. I got a bunch of questions, but how do you bring the wow factor to a business?
Wow. Yo, listen to this. Last night I was watching Spinners. It's about like three of the best restaurants in America, and they're all different. Like one, hey, have you heard of I believe it's called Balltown, Iowa?
No.
What? There's this restaurant there you have to take me to when I go to Minnesota because I love visiting. Then the one there's only like 9 restaurants in the world that have gotten like 3 stars on this rating system with I want to say it's McPherson's or whatever it is. It's this extreme like restaurant rating, and one of them is in Chicago, and then there's one in Tucson, Arizona. But there's only 9 in the world, man. And it showed how these 3 different restaurants, and I was watching it because I'm in the middle of this juice bar thing, so I'm wanting to get some ideas and some inspiration, and
Hmm.
so I'm watching it, bro. I was blown away at the commitment factor. All right, you ready for this? The restaurant in Chicago. I don't remember the exact name because I fell asleep while I was watching it actually, but it was really good what I caught. I'm gonna watch it again later tonight, hopefully. It's called Le Car French or something like that, dude. They literally put like 12 hours. This is no joke. 12 hours into preparing one plate of food. Like the detail. I know it sounds psychotic. Hear me? I know it does. Bro, sometimes there's like a 3 hour waiting to get in this place. The art, it's a very unique place, right? Point is all 3 places had a wow factor. Okay, all of them. And how many of you out there have been to businesses where you had that wow experience? Like you were just blown away. You were blown away by the service, you were blown away by the food, and you were literally wow. Like you called your friends, you put it on Facebook, you tweeted, man, you gotta try this place. Mike, I honestly believe And what Walt Disney said, his two secrets to success. You ready for this? This will change your life forever. If you'll hear what I'm about to share with you, I'm going to open the curtain for you guys. Walt Disney, I've read every book he's got because I'm fascinated with him. By the way, Mike, have you watched the movie Saving Mr. Banks yet?
Negative.
Watch it. It'll make you want to jump off a bridge, man. It is so inspiring. Anyways,
Wait, it's
get a layoff
inspiring,
in
so
and
it'll
out.
make me want to jump off a bridge.
That's my terminology of like, it'll just make you go crazy.
I got you.
Anyways, fascinated with Walt Disney. You ready for this? Somebody asked him what was the secret to his success. He said, two things and two things only. Number one, pay attention to details. Number two, here it is. Here's how you get the wow factor. Always exceed expectations. Mike, I think if every business would make that their motto right there, that from this day forward, they're always going to exceed expectations. Like people have certain expectations when they go to Disney World, right? Or when you go to, when you go to like Myrtle Beach, or you go to all these landmarks, the Grand Canyon, or maybe someone that's coming here and trying, or someone that's like, if someone rides with us to In and Out for the first time, we're going to put their expectations so high. You know what I'm saying? So that means when people walk in the door of In and Out, there's already an expectation because of the wow factor, the word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time, they actually exceed people's expectations. Case in point, yesterday I was talking to a pastor that hired a consultant, paid $25,000 to bring this consultant in, Mike, and told me that he would pay 4 times that because that's the kind of value he got. So apparently, that consultant completely exceeded his expectations. Mike, this can apply in our dating life. It can apply as a parent. It can apply in our marriages. It can apply in our ministry. That we should be the type of people that always go the extra mile and totally exceed expectations. So I'm on that like flow right now of exceeding expectations. You know what I mean?
I
So
got you.
let's talk about that the last 5 minutes, Mike. What are some ways, in your opinion, that businesses can exceed expectations, man?
Well, I think that it depends a lot on the business itself, but when you're delivering a product, a restaurant's a great example, but when you're delivering a product, there's a lot of really the attention to detail plays into it, because when you notice the details, and when you find ways to you know leverage those details. Well, here's one of the things that you know Carol's talking about me jumping off a bridge. I did actually jump off a bridge once.
Yeah, we just live off. They're over there and talking about In and Out and bridge jumping, and we're trying to change the world,
It's okay. We're just
but
doing a
it's
show over
okay.
here.
Yeah, so no biggie, guys. Continue with your conversation over here. We're doing a show. It's all good. You know what I mean?
We, j- just to be clear,
I'll do.
what
Go ahead. No,
I
no, you
actually
first.
jumped off a bridge. That's how I learned to swim. I couldn't swim. I was like 15, and was on this bridge, jumped in, taught myself to swim. It was pretty much swim or don't. So
I feel inspired by that. I agree with that mentality. I think people should apply that to everything. Sometimes you just gotta jump in. Just gotta go, man. I love what Tammy said, bro. Love it. In fact, I'm gonna meditate on that a lot today because I see a lot of businesses fail in this. Not just a first time wow, but every experience. Got to keep the wow factor. So that's good right there. That's very good, and I agree with that. Mr. Mike, what were you about to say, man? You were starting to go off on the wow factor. Thank you, Marie. That's very encouraging to know. So Mission 25 has the wow factor, definitely. Good. Thank you so much. We want to
well,
keep that. That's why we keep working on making it better.
you and I both work in a lot of the stuff that we do is really service oriented more than product oriented. And although as a software engineer, I sort of deliver products, but 90% of what I do is communicate with the customers and figure out what their needs are, and really and solve problems. And you know, frequent communication and uh, the kind of communication that discovers and uncovers what that customer values, and then delivering what they value is really what brings the wow factor. So like for example, let's say I'm developing a mobile app. A lot of times the customer won't really, I'm the expert in that space, so they kind of have an idea what they want to do, but a lot of times the wow factor is in bringing them something that they had never thought of, but I can see what their vision is, and then I can apply my knowledge of the industry to really show them what's possible, and that comes from discovering what their needs are.
Mike, that's actually really good, bro. And I believe in that. And I think a lot of businesses and even churches, man, it's okay because we do both business and church, and a lot of our life and a lot of our services and products are in the church world. Um, you see this happen a lot. Like, I think what happens is you give all these new members all this attention, right? And it's almost like dating and marriage. The romance dies once you have them. You know what I mean? I think in business, you've got to have a never let the romance die mentality.
It's good.
It's always got to be how can I wow? How can I surprise? It's called the element of surprise. But I love what you said about delivering it. It's one thing to promise it, it's another thing to deliver it. And my question for your business is, can your business bring it? If you can't bring it and really bring it and deliver it, then you probably need a major emergency meeting with your entire team and say, look, we're not delivering. We're promising, but we're not delivering. So what do we got to do to execute and deliver and really blow the minds of people that we serve and people that are our customers? So good show today, Mike. You and I could talk business all day. Yep, go in.
Gotta give away a book. Generating a random number right now
Oh,
through my random number generator. There's the number, and
last four numbers.
0171. If your phone number ends in 0171 and you're a live viewer, give me a shout out in the chat right now. You won a juicing book. 0171. Anybody?
Yeah, while you're looking that up, a shout out to Josh Combs, an incredible, amazing young entrepreneur. He's ministry. His dad, who we want to have on this show, hopefully next week, next Thursday, Mike. We got to get his dad. His dad is an unbelievable salesman. Josh, oh, Kim won. That's awesome. See, she's got the wow. Josh Combs. You need to follow him on Twitter and Facebook. He's an incredible young man. He used to travel with us a lot at Soul Winners Boot Camp, and I miss those days. He was amazing. Just a great guy, man. So, Josh, shout out to you for taking time to watch the show today, bro. I'm humbled by that. Kim won. I don't know if she has, Kim, if you already have the juice book, you can pick any book you want. And then if you already have all our books, then maybe what else can we do, Mike?
We'll shoot her $15 on Amazon. She can pick a book of her choice. Hey,
There you go.
Kim, if you could just
Starbucks gift.
yeah, just shoot me your address, and if you want a book other than the juicing book, let me know. In that, just text it into that same number. We'll take care of you.
I hope Josh is still on the show. I gave him a shout out. I don't see him though. But
He may
anyways,
be.
it was good having him. She would like our Bible study. Done. Done, Kim.
Sounds good.
Dawn, who I think is live on the show. If not, Mike will get the information to her. She will be. Oh, let me say this, Mike. Many of the people that are watching this show bring the wow factor to us in many ways, to Mission 25, to our life, encouragement, friendship. Uh, I love what Krista said, and that's so true. And we'll close with this. It should be that way for the church. You have to deliver that wow factor in every service. And that's right. That's very good.
Yeah.
I told when I used to preach, I mean, I still preach, but when I used to evangelize, I'd tell people, some of you need to change the name of your church. You're literally false advertising. You got the name Pentecostal, but you're not living up to it. So change the name of your church to Community Church. You don't deserve the name Pentecostal unless you're going to be it and live it up. So there's a little kick for some of you guys. All right, well, man, we're 5 minutes over. We're pumped to see you in St. Louis, Britton. It's going to be fun. I hope you can bring your kids. I'm not sure Caleb's coming. He's probably not. He might though, but probably not. But it's good that Mike and Carol. I believe Danny's coming. John, both. Danny for sure.
Yeah,
That'll
Danny.
be great. It's always good to have Danny around. She's an awesome kid. Mike, it was great. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's one of our favorites. We're going to be talking about family and relationships at 9 a.m. Don't forget, there's three ways to watch Fuel for Success. You can go to fuelforsuccess.tv and tap into any archive. You can go to YouTube and type in Fuel for Success. Now, you can also go to iTunes and type in Fuel for Success and download them on your iPhone, your smartphone, or your iPad. Okay? God bless and have a great day, my friends.
See y'all tomorrow.